Every great vision begins with a blue sky and the imagination to see endless possibilities. An open mind, a keen eye, an understanding of how today lays the groundwork for tomorrow, and the boldness to give form and structure to that vision. This is how federal land was built. A natural progression from its leaders' passion for architecture. Federal Land was founded on a commitment to build communities that reflect the character of their location and the energy of the times. GT Tower International stands even taller, with a clear view of what lies ahead. Representing Federal Land's promise to build places for progress with the expertise, integrity, and care we bring into every venture. Structural integrity and strong engineering are the guiding forces behind each new development. From the time we lay the foundation of every home or tower, we harness technology and expertise to construct well-built spaces that adapt to people's changing lifestyles without compromising our standards of safety, durability, and quality. When we build, beauty and symmetry are key. We strike that elusive balance between remarkable architecture and innovative design. We are creating modern-day structural icons that reflect the country's progress. We are creating living spaces where people's days, routines, and experiences constantly take place. Where they strive to be better every day. Where connections are made and communities are shaped. As we build communities, we create distinct lifestyles that give each resident a sense of belonging. We are becoming part of a larger global community of enterprises. International brands with a reputation for quality and a vision we share. Our alliances with some of the most prestigious companies in the world have placed the Philippines in the global arena, while bringing some of the world's best within every Filipino's reach. We bring the same trust and commitment to our local partnerships with industry leaders in the Philippines. We understand that every home is a space for life, constantly in motion. That's why our presence is felt beyond construction. From a dedicated property manager that takes care of your safety and comfort, and an unparalleled living experience that will let you enjoy life to the fullest. As we build places for progress and spaces for life, our focus is clear: the Filipino. We are reshaping the skyline, one structure at a time. Imagining and building the future. With you.
In many ways, our experience over the last 2 years was transformative. While the rest of the world came to a standstill, we continued to build, create new experiences, and adapt to what was needed in order for us to recover strong together. Over the last year, SMC President and CEO Ramon S. Ang has rallied the company to landmark achievements. In January, we opened Skyway Stage 3, an 18-kilometer expressway that has effectively decongested EDSA through providing seamless access between north and south. This 7-lane thoroughfare has cut to a fraction what used to be an hours-long commute from Makati to the start of NLEX. In April, we opened the northbound section of the South Luzon Expressway elevated extension. The 4-kilometer extension links SLEX to the elevated skyway system, bringing motorists coming from provinces such as Laguna, Batangas, and Cavite directly to their destinations all the way up north via Skyway Stage 3. In June, we launched Ligtas Lahat, a 1 billion peso COVID-19 vaccine rollout for over 70,000 employees, extended workforce, and their families. To support the government's vaccination effort, we deployed nearly 200 doctors and nurses to local government sites. The program eventually helped administer 1.5 million COVID-19 vaccines nationwide. We continue to invest extensively on employee health. And over the last year, we have installed brand new CT scan and stress echocardiography facilities, as well as general ultrasound equipment at our full-service clinic and laboratory located at the head office. We launched the 2 billion peso Pasig River Cleanup Project with the goal of extracting 600,000 metric tons of waste per year. In July, we announced that we were ramping up investments in renewable energy while installing battery energy storage systems nationwide to help power our country's transition to a decarbonized future. This was followed by the unveiling in August of our plans for the Airport City, a project envisioned to be the pace setter for green, inclusive cities in the country.
Together with our new Manila International Airport project, we are looking forward to building a mixed-use airport city that is safe, clean, where people can easily access everything they need. And like the airport, it will be a legacy project, something that our generation will build to benefit many future generations to come.
We kicked off our anniversary month in September by taking delivery of the first batch of MRT-7 trains. This mass transport system will serve thousands of commuters from North Avenue in Quezon City to San Jose del Monte in Bulacan and is seen as key to helping drive a strong economic recovery post-pandemic. Despite continuing uncertainties, our progress is a testament to our unwavering commitment to deliver on our country's goals. The work to accelerate our infrastructure development, boost our economic growth prospects, and invest in a better future for all drives us. For us at San Miguel, every day is a time to build.
Sampung mga daliri, kamay at paa, nanginginig na mapanhid sa tiyan na malamig.
Chronic hunger may lead to anxiety and depression. Sama-sama nating labanan ang gutom sa Hapag Movement.
Hello, welcome to Business World's one-on-one interview series on innovations reshaping the future of key industries. And today, we tackle digital transformation in insurance. As we know, financial services have led many other sectors in the use of digital channels to further business objectives, even before the pandemic. How has today's crisis affected this migration, particularly in insurance? And are there best practices that have emerged from the last 2 years? Joining us to share his views on this topic is the Chief Business Transformation Officer of Sun Life Philippines, Mr. Subra Ramakrishnan, he has nearly 2 decades of management and consulting experience with multinationals across industries in Asia and the Pacific. In his current post, Mr. Ramakrishnan leads Sun Life Philippines' efforts to spur innovation across his organization. Now, before joining Sun Life in February 2019, he was Senior Vice President for Strategy and Transformation at the Shared Services Center of QBE Insurance Group. Welcome to this interview, Mr. Ramakrishnan. All right. Well, before anything else, unless I'm mistaken, the post of Business Transformation Officer seems to be a fairly new development, even globally, that has emerged a little before the pandemic struck. Can you just give us a better picture of what exactly this job entails?
Of course. So as the Chief Business Transformation Officer, I lead Sun Life's effort to transform the company into an agile and innovative organization. Digital is a large part of it, but it's more than that. So business transformation covers all aspects, including distribution channels, technology, backroom operations. It's also about making sure that every department is aligned in its initiative so that company functions seamlessly. All our effort aims to benefit our clients, advisors, and employees, because it's really important that nobody gets left behind. So any changes that we implement must be holistic, sustainable, and client-focused. So that's what we really try to do as part of our business transformation office here in Sun Life.
Well, thank you for that overview. But when you buckle down to work, strategizing business transformation, what factors do you consider, and what do you watch out for? What tasks are needed to ensure success of business transformation? I mean, let's have something like a checklist of, key performance indicators. Are there critical success factors that we need to watch out for?
So, key thing for us is to really focus on our clients, because any innovation should always be centered around their needs. And for us in Sun Life, it's really about their financial journey and every stage of their financial journey. So, no matter how fancy the digital tools and platforms may seem, if it doesn't serve a client's need, it's not really a worthy investment. So it's always be propositive to make sure that we're bringing the best value possible for the people that we serve. And insurers, we always have to take advantage of digital's ability to predict the client needs. This has greatly evolved during the pandemic. And I think part of our job is to anticipate those needs so that we can offer the relevant services and solutions. And this is definitely our key goal in Sun Life. We want to be the best at knowing our clients. And, for us to really know our clients, in Sun Life, we're building the foundation of data program. This helps us understand our clients better and also offer them more targeted solution and experience. We're quite excited about how this will help us deepen our partnership with our clients and really hope that, we can really help them achieve a brighter future. It's really important for us, as the pandemic is now sort of getting back to a recovery. And I think it's really a fantastic opportunity to redefine the client experience, especially with our digital transformation. And we want to build these opportunities so that we can really cement our position in the hearts and minds of our clients and people we serve.
That's right. Well, before, when the pandemic struck, the perception then was that you have to go digital or die. You have to go digital to survive. But I think now it's getting clearer and clearer that that's not all, is it? Digital can now be used to actually grow the business, not just survive. Perhaps we can talk a little bit more about that. But before that, which part of the business has been your focus, and what have been the more challenging aspects of change management for you?
Yeah, so I think change management has been a really important aspect, and our focus has been, on the distribution side to make sure that our advisors can continue to able to sell and service our clients. So especially when the midst of the lockdown, the only way people can do anything was through digital or through our client app and mobile app. So it was really important for us to ensure that we're continuing to improve their way. So we actually had a number of initiatives around that, and we wanted to make sure that advisors and our clients are able to buy their insurance and get their services. One of the initiatives that we worked on was called ROME, Remote Online Medical Exams. So this is one of the pioneering solutions that we created, allowing certified medical professionals to basically use a remote video conferencing facility to complete their medical checks. This really allowed our clients to get their medical requirements completed remotely in the safety of their own home, so they can still get the benefit of their insurance.
Thank you. How much has digital transformation changed the industry, especially when in the wake of this pandemic, as more and more people and even businesses went online? Among others, I'm wondering, have you detected any change in preferences and demand since 2019 that affected your industry?
Yeah, so digital has really changed the industry by a significant amount, and it also given us a lot of opportunity. It has helped us enhance really the ease of doing business for clients, because clients have experienced, readily available content in Netflix, or be able to do one-click shopping through Lazada, and they expect the same from insurance. And so I think we were able to, start helping them through straight-through processing for our clients. We've enabled and expanded our payment ecosystem to ensure the clients has a very convenient way of paying their premiums. We've also expanded our reach because digital has eliminated the geographical boundaries, as our advisors can now service no matter where they are in the country. The digitally enabled selling program that we had and the remote online medical examination I spoke about before helps them do everything virtually, and from clients' financial needs analysis, solution recommendations, the application, the submission. So we are now able to fulfill our purpose and also help our advisors become more productive. And at the same time, they can do all of this in the comfort of their own home and with the safety. So meanwhile, we've also, through the help of fintech, we've also been able to reach and offer digital insurance to a much wider market. This is done through our partnership with Lazada, Gcash, and Management. As I mentioned before, data analytics has really changed the way that we understand our clients' needs and be able to service them better. And I think the other thing that's changed a lot is also our employees. We were able to now work remotely as a normal course of business. And this was really important during the lockdown when, reporting to the office was not allowed. So now they're able to complete all of the tasks effectively in the comfort of their own home as necessary. So just so that we can fulfill our obligation to our clients and advisors.
So most of your workforce still have that option to work from home?
Yes,
and
I think the flexibility is very important for us, and yes, we have that option still.
Well, among the other interesting things you've mentioned, I think, is that digital transformation is not just about cost reduction, it's about also unleashing the potentials of your workers and even upskilling them to make work more satisfying. Am I correct? Is that your experience?
Exactly, and I think it's really important to understand. So I think our workers are now empowered with these digital solutions so that they can actually do more value-added tasks and much more capabilities than what they had before. And hopefully this is also helping them drive better satisfaction because work is also evolving very quickly.
Right. Going back, you did mention some of your digital initiatives, use of video conferencing. You did mention also use of Lazada and Gcash. Can you delve more into your experience there, and how much of these initiatives were already there before the pandemic, and which ones were the ones that came after after the pandemic struck?
Sure. So I think our Lazada partnership actually predates the pandemic. We actually had that. I think we were one of the first insurance companies to provide that service. But I think the pandemic brought the importance of providing this solution for a broader set of client base. And that's why we expanded that to Gcash and management. A lot of our digitally enabled service selling and servicing really was brought about by pandemic. We had plans, but all of those plans got accelerated. I think in 2019 when I joined, I think predominantly most of the application that we received were paper application. So we were pretty much a paper-based thing. And then if you compare that to now, we get 80% of our insurance applications are coming through digital. So it's been a huge change. And as you mentioned before, I think change management and training has been a big part of that, making sure everyone is coping with the change.
How about social media? How are you harnessing that to reach out to the younger market and even the not so young market? Because many of us went online during the pandemic, and we have stayed there since. I mean, you have various platforms there: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, IG. Which ones have you tapped, and can you just give us as an idea of how you've used them?
So definitely social media is an important platform, and we use pretty much all the range that, from YouTube to Facebook to TikTok, because it's important, as you mentioned, for us to reach a broad segment of the population. And what's great about social media, it allows us to target the client in a very personalized and individualized manner. And so we were able to help them, whether it's education or whether it's campaigns, we're able to target them very specifically, and it gives us better leverage of our investment when it comes to marketing spend as well.
One issue that is hounding businesses now is inflation is expected to remain elevated until next year at the very least, and that erodes the purchasing power of Filipinos, or everybody. And so there comes the question: how does one convince more people to purchase insurance policies? And particularly, I wanted to ask, what role will digital have in that effort in this kind of environment?
Yeah, so I think it's a very good question. So I think what's important to understand is, I think with inflation, I think it puts some more emphasis on getting the protection that you need. I'm lucky enough, I come from Australia. We have a safety net. So if something happens to me, I can depend on the government. Unfortunately, in the Philippines, that safety net it's not there, and that's not enough. So I think that's what emphasizes the importance of the role, companies like Sun Life plays, because I think we provide that protection. And especially in an environment where cost of living and inflation is going high, if we don't start investing in our protection, it becomes too expensive. So I think insurance has a very critical role to play, especially now in the high inflation thing, to provide that protection to families and the loved ones, so that money doesn't become a factor on caring for them. And the second question you had, sorry, it escaped me. Can you repeat the second part of that question?
Well, I did ask the role of digital in this effort.
Yes. Yeah. So I think the role of digital is, it's going to help us make it accessible for more clients to avail. As I mentioned before, the reach that partnership like Gcash and management and Lazada provides makes it accessible. Digital also enables us to help educate our clients of the importance of having this. And as you mentioned before, social media is an important factor. And now we can directly communicate and have conversations with clients that we weren't able to before. And it also enables our advisors, because I think in Philippines anyway, advisors still play a very, very key part in helping our clients have financial security. And I think digital also plays a key part in enabling the advisors to provide a more holistic advice and solutions to service their clients.
Well, you're talking about expanding the market. Is there a very deliberate effort to reach more of those in far-flung areas, for instance, using digital?
Yes, definitely. And I think it's, as we discussed before, the insurance is a very critical need for all of Filipinos, and providing that reach through digital technology allows us to break those geographical boundaries. And maybe even with Gcash, even some of the unbanked can be helped as well. So it definitely reaches our segment and a broader segment base that we can target.
I'd like to ask this: what does digital strategy look like in a post-pandemic world to you?
So I think it's really important for us, as I articulated before, post-pandemic world, it's really about clients. So digital strategy has to focus on our clients. Everything that we do, innovations or new technology investment, has to address a client need. And if it doesn't address the client need, then we're investing on the wrong things. So basically, at the post-pandemic world, our focus will be how do we address our client problem statements in a way that we make it easier for our clients to understand the insurance that they're buying, easier for them to purchase that insurance, and then easier to then get the services that from those insurance. So at the end of the day, for us, it's really all about our clients. And even before the pandemic, nobody wakes up in the morning thinking that they want to buy insurance, but they do have a whole lot of problems. They're getting married, they're starting a new job, they're having a baby. And so I think the role of the insurance company is, rather than selling insurance, we're helping them address the key problems. So, they would need to save. If they have a job, they want to make sure they're protecting the income. So they need to make sure that they're able to do that. And so I think digital and the digital strategy in the post-pandemic world is how do we get closer to the client so that we can make insurance at the moment that it matters, and not a separate thing that we sell in isolation. I think that's what I'm excited about, the journey forward.
So what I'm getting is, for all of us who have been forced to go digital, as we explore the potentials of the digital world, we all have to keep our eye on the ball, which is the customer. Right? I wanted to ask, when you have change management,
Yes.
you always encounter resistance, right, in any organization.
Yes.
Can you tell us your experience about this, and how do you address that? Because that is a universal experience for any transformation.
Of course, and change is always hard, huh? It doesn't matter how many times you've done it; it's always hard. And especially in the pandemic, change was brought upon without choice. We had no choice; we had to change. So as we invested and implemented this digital solution, I think we spent a lot of effort in managing the change, especially for our advisors who they've been doing, they've been selling to our clients in face-to-face manner for most of their experience. And so enabling them to sell in a different fashion, it's a lot of investment that we made in training and upskilling to make sure how they can be successful in this starkly different landscape. And it didn't stop just with our advisors, it's also for our employees. even our employees, they weren't used to working in a remote setting. They had the convenience of having paper and paper applications. And so again, there was a lot of change management and effort that was done, not just with our advisors, but also our internal employees. And then we continue to help and inform our clients of all of the changes, because I think sometimes, it's easy for us to manage, advisors and clients that are in our area of influence. When it comes to clients, we had to do a lot of communication. So they are also aware of all of the ways that they can take advantage of the services. So it's definitely, it's a journey for us. It's something that we're continually investing on. It's not something that we take for granted either.
Well, thank you for that. Just to end, we'd like to know what's up ahead for your group. I mean, how will Sun Life Philippines harness digital transformation to stay ahead of competition, particularly in the life insurance sector, and this at a time when everyone else is going digital? Okay.
Yeah, so digital is almost the entry to the game. It's not even a differentiator anymore. And so I think for us, it's about that end-to-end perspective, being very true to our clients, making sure that our investments are really addressing our client challenges, products and solutions are addressing their client needs, and also our distribution channels and the ability for us to reach our clients is also expanded to make it easier for them to procure. And we also want to make sure we're creating products that are easier to understand, easier for them to purchase. And I think if we're continually focusing on our clients, I think that's the only way that we will be relevant to our clients and hence continue to be number one in the insurance place.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ramakrishnan, for your views and also for your time with us today.
No, thank you for the opportunity. It was a really nice conversation. Thank you.
And that's it for this one-on-one interview today. Thanks for watching.
When you're out of a job and start to lose everything, for the poor and the hungry, in the midst of a raging pandemic, it's difficult to find the strength to carry on. The incidence of hunger in the Philippines has been growing every year, but when COVID-19 started and joblessness worsened, the number of hungry Filipinos grew even more, reaching as high as 38 million. All over the world, Filipinos are known to be resilient, but resiliency can only take us as far as our physical and emotional strength will allow. Today, about 15 million people in the country don't know where their next meal will come from. And for these empty stomachs, the future is getting dimmer and shorter. As the Philippines' largest telco operator, Globe aims to uplift the lives of Filipinos with kindness, care, and compassion. Driven by its purpose to treat people right to create a globe of good, the company rose to the challenge of addressing a severe problem faced by many struggling families in the country. Calling on its customers, local and international partners, Globe came up with a solution that would help address the nation's critical condition: hunger. This lifeline will feed families and individuals, including many of its disadvantaged customers. Introducing the Hapag Movement, a united fight against hunger through technology. Every 50 peso donation provides one meal, delivering support to regions with the highest incidence of hunger. But Globe cannot do it alone. The help of a broader group can bring this meaningful act to scale. The goal is to feed 500,000 Filipinos together. Let us bring back the nation's physical strength, dampened by the daily battles with hunger, to ignite the Filipino stream once again and spark hope for a better tomorrow. Sama-sama, lahat tayo tulong-tulong maghain ng pagkain. Because together, we can create a globe of good. Be part of the Hapag Movement.
Napapagod ka na ba sa hamon ng buhay? Tuloy lang kaibigan, huwag kang ihinto. Bayan sulong na, bayan sulong na, bayan sulong na, bayan sulong na, bayan sulong na.
Pilipinas, sulong na.
Welcome ka dito sa SM. Come as you are. Mahilig ka man sa pabago-bago o sa paikot-ikot. Yung nag-a-adulting or parenting. Ikaw na kulot, white-haired, purple-haired, kayong magkaibigan na nagkaibigan. Buong barkada. Yung gusto mo, chill lang. Or gawin yung feel mo lang. We know you're changing. So we're changing with you. Come on in. We're all in. At SM, you're always welcome here.